Have you ever done everything right to lose weight? Followed every rule, every program, every plan, and still not seen lasting results? And deep inside, you knew your body was quietly telling you there has to be another way? What if your body isn't the problem? What if it never was? What if your body has instead been simply asking for more alignment, not more pressure? For many years, I believed health, especially weight, came down to effort, more discipline, more control, more restrictions. I tried the fad diets, the fasting, the detoxing, the intense exercise routines, and I would lose weight, but I simply couldn't seem to keep it off. Decades ago, my doctor told me that because of my spinal issues, I needed to keep my weight down to avoid further injury and pain. So I was highly motivated to lose weight. I wanted to avoid spinal discomfort at all costs. And each time the weight returned, I felt more frustrated, more disheartened, and more disconnected from my own body. For a long time, I thought the problem was me. But what I eventually discovered was something very different. My body didn't need to be forced into submission with extreme dieting. It needed to be understood. And I needed to learn how to tune into my body with awareness rather than extreme short-term fixes. Because when I began living in harmony with the ancient principles of the Tao, something shifted. I stopped pushing the river, and instead I allowed the river to carry me. I stopped forcing my body. I began paying closer attention, observing with curiosity, listening more deeply, and responding to the guidance it had been offering me all along. And over time, without punishment, without constant focus, without strain, the weight began to release naturally. Not through striving and not through forceful control or extreme measures, but through attunement. Welcome everyone to Radiant Living, where hearts and minds align. I'm your host, Linda Milner. And before I go any further, I want to clearly state I'm not a doctor or medical practitioner, and I don't prescribe, diagnose, or offer medical advice. What I share comes from decades of lived experience, study, and personal practice, particularly with ancient Taoist traditions, such as the I Ching, Qigong, Tai Chi, and traditional Chinese medicine, also known as TCM. When I began studying TCM, I was introduced to something called the body clock, which is the body's natural 24-hour cycle, closely related to what modern science calls the circadian cycle. The beauty of this work is that it's simple to understand, yet profoundly transformative when you begin to live it. Learning about the body clock or inner clock opened my eyes to something remarkable, which is that the body possesses its own divine intelligence and already knows what it needs for optimum health, healing, and equilibrium. And it revealed something else just as important, which is that timing really matters. In fact, timing is everything. The TCM Body Clock emerges from the teachings of Taoism and reflects the energetic timing of our organ systems, revealing that our bodies move according to the same natural rhythms that shape life on this planet. At the heart of Taoist wisdom is the understanding of Qi, Qi is often described as the living breath of life, the subtle energy that flows through all creation, sustaining balance, vitality, and movement in the universe and within the human body. Within us, this living current flows from organ to organ throughout the day in harmony with the body's inner organ clock. As qi circulates, it nourishes, restores, and renews each organ at its appointed time, supporting the body's natural processes of balance, healing, and vitality. You might imagine qi like the sun moving across the sky. As sunlight touches different parts of the earth throughout the day, it warms, nourishes, and sustains life. Qi moves through the body in the same way, energizing and restoring each organ at its appointed time. When I began aligning my daily habits with the natural cycles of life, not all at once, but little by little, my body stopped resisting me. Over time, my appetite began to regulate itself, cravings softened, energy stabilized, sleep deepened, and most of all, my body began to release weight effortlessly. And that's when I understood something more profound was at work, which is that weight loss may be part of the journey, as it is often the body's first call for attention, but it's never the whole story. So if we measure ourselves only by the numbers on the scale, we risk missing the deeper transformation unfolding within us. Because this journey is about yielding to the wisdom within, where inner mastery resides and a deeper awareness unfolds, bringing balance, harmony, and inner equilibrium. It's about moving beyond a quick fix mindset and surface solutions and into a life shaped by wholeness, clarity, and alignment. When I began living by these ancient Taoist principles, I didn't just release 50 pounds over time. I gained something far more valuable instead. My energy stabilized, my mind and heart became calmer, and I began to feel more connected to and at home with my body. That was the moment everything shifted, and I realized this understanding was what I had been seeking all along. Learning it felt like uncovering something deeply true, something long forgotten and profoundly sacred. Here at Radiant Living, we explore what truly supports a healthy, balanced life. We work with the TCM Body Clock and gentle Taoist practices like Qigong, which includes breathwork and meditation, all of which allow us to care for the body without extremes and to nourish and strengthen it in a way that honors its divine intelligence and feels supportive, restorative, and grounded. It's about making small daily shifts that help you move with life, like the willow tree that bends with the wind, steady, resilient, and deeply rooted. So, if you're tired of forcing your body, if you're beginning to feel that wellness might be about alignment rather than struggle, this space was created with you in mind. This is a place for healing and breathing, a place of nourishment and clarity, a place for rediscovery and remembering the real nature of your being, where you reconnect with the wisdom you already carry within. Thank you so much for joining me here at Radiant Living, where hearts and minds align. I'm your host, Linda Milner. In our next episode, we'll begin exploring how small shifts in timing can quietly transform your health, your weight, your energy, and your entire life. I hope you'll continue this journey with me. And if this feels meaningful to you, please like, subscribe, and share so we can grow this community together. Until next time, be well.